Jolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And as you probably know, after all the videos on the new arc and what they introduced new into the game, I like to talk about things either for smaller players or things that I really think are important in this game. And often there are things that are kind of overlooked. And there is a discussion out there that's called missions versus upgrades. And I want to talk about in this video why I think that missions are often very underrated. And I even know players who tell me, oh, I hate missions, I never do them. And that is a big mistake in my point of view. Of course, all the upgrades here on your station bring you bonuses. That's why, for example, I'm making sure that these generators are always in place because from a certain level they bring a hull health bonus or a shield health bonus or damage bonuses, etc. And that's true for all the buildings. But for your progress, often the missions can be a very big part. And if we look at my missions in my collection at the moment, the only missions you see here, besides the main story missions, are missions I am not able to complete today, either because of stuff like that I have to mine like hell before I can do that, or because of warp range, and two of them because of the mission boss strength. But that's the reason why there are still missions here. The most of them are just because of warp range. That will change, I think on Saturday. I'm filming this on Thursday, and you see this on Tuesday. On Saturday, I will upgrade my Intrepid, and after that, I should be able to reach some more of that systems and get some more of those done, and even collect more missions. And those missions really have advantages. If you look at this, there's 16 officer shards in here. Besides the fact that you need to work on your factions, and you get faction reputation via the missions. But you see 16 officer shards. I think I still have one. Oh, no, but that's another nice one. I'm working on missions in Dark Space already. I'm a G3 player on this account that you are seeing, and I'm getting 4-star uncommon materials. That means I will be able to do my a few prime researches with those missions. And there are other missions where we can go to the archive and have a look at the Klingons. There's tons of officer tokens in here. There may still be some with there's more crystal, for example. Yeah, I don't have any with ship blueprints there anymore, but there are missions out there with ship blueprints. I mean, the best example is the Botany Bay. The majority of the blueprints you get via the missions, and then in the end, when you have the right shipyard level, you get the last blueprints via the faction. But everything else you got there in the first place. And that's the reason why after just 7.5 weeks that this account exists that you're seeing here, I've already completed 1,159 missions. And they gave me a gigantic boost with materials, with speed-ups, and the speed-ups that you need to do the upgrades. And that's plus officer shards and material for upgrading ships. And there's so much in the loot there that you should never underestimate them. Yes, upgrading your buildings is important, but from spending, it's from my point of view the third most important one, because my line is always research, ships, and then buildings. That's also the point where unless I do a little sprint like I did now to 38 because of the advantages that level brings with it, I always first complete all standard researches. So those that only need standard materials, not the special ones that you often don't have control over those. Then I upgrade my ships, and then I do the station. I did a little bit more on the station now, only because we have a battle pass for station upgrading, but I'm not completing that one. They did their scoring, they messed up their scoring that big that I managed 3 milestones out of 10 by upgrading the ops 4 levels. And then talk about how reasonable that scoring is that Scopely put into that battle pass. Nevertheless, without the missions, I also wouldn't be where I am now. My new start account was based first on the new conditions Scopely set with a new battle pass you get at Ops 10 and the special Spock event that you know from bigger players will know that too. It occasionally comes, but there's one especially for new players in the beginning. And in my case, it was even faster because of this gigantic comp chest we got. That was like the new start conditions on speed and Red Bull. So that's why I'm after 7.5 weeks, I'm Ops 38 with almost everything in place, with research, ships, and buildings. But the missions were a major part of that, and especially the speed ups I got from those missions. So the whole point of this video is, of course, to open this discussion that I always see out there, but once again to strengthen my point on do those missions, do not neglect them. Players who leave out those missions will really lose a lot of good stuff they could have gotten. I know it's time consuming, I know it's annoying, but you want to know how I often do missions while I'm working. If I'm not filming STFC, which obviously I cannot then just do missions here, I will just film something else, have that pad there, and between videos I'll just click the next mission milestone to fly to. And so that's what you can do. When I'm writing scripts, just when I hear it arrived, I might click another button, write my scripts. That's something you can just do on the side. But it's important that you do, because there's so much stuff that you get from these missions that it's really important to do them. And if you want to add something into this discussion of missions versus upgrades, although for me it's not really that discussion as it's always put, it's rather missions to do your upgrades. But please add it in the comments below the video and on Discord. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.